Hi, thank you for joining me on my first episode of Get Hooked on Strategy with me, LT. Sticking to a strategic plan is not easy. And so I am making a commitment to myself to do a better job this year than I did last year of creating my plans and sticking to them. That doesn't mean I can't change them. That's part of being flexible and agile in your plan. But I still need to make my commitment to check in at the points where I have dedicated or put on my calendar to check in and to make updates where I'm supposed to make updates and enter the information I need to enter. And the purpose is that so I am more effective in the future. Yes, it takes time now, but in the future and as you go along, you get more and more effective and closer to actually reaching your vision. I've decided to video document my work in this because why not? If I can share the tools that I'm using and my calendar and it makes it easier for you to just follow along and kind of do the same, then I think it's a win-win for everyone. So I'd like to touch base on why strategic planning is so important. It has a lot of different names: annual plan, retreat, that thing that we do as management that's a huge time suck. But I want to talk about why having one is so important. And I have a very simple diagram. You have to pardon how high tech this is. As I mentioned, I don't want to spend a lot of time making these videos. Not having strategy looks something like this, where you're throwing paper wads at a chalkboard. You're going to hit the board, but you're probably not going to hit your target. And a plan without a strategy or a strategy without execution looks something like this. You might be hitting the board, but you're not hitting it in the areas where you'd like to be. You're not going in the direction you'd like to go, essentially. And so a strategic plan that is well executed, is built to be agile, and has learning involved is going to be how you make your vision come to life. And that's what I want for all of us to be able to do as a group, is to be able to stick to our plans and get to have our visions realized. So one of the things that I want to share in these videos are productivity tools, templates, anything that will make a strategic plan easier for you to continue to carry out. I think companies that don't use tools, that kind of just have their stuff on paper, binders, relying on people's memories, are the ones who don't follow through with them. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen. So anything that I share with you, or every week I will share insights and productivity articles, and I'll reference those in the descriptions for you. So what I want to show you is a quick overview of what my template looks like. And this has an overview of all of the steps of my strategic plan. And then it has a list of when I am going to enact these steps. And your plan should include daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, and annual steps. And that is why having a calendar is so important, because it will give you reminders to do these things. And again, these things take time to set up, but once you do, it makes everything you do in the future more effective. And then I also, as a best practice, include links to outside files. Like, I'm not keeping my risk registry here with these tasks, but I have a link out to the file where I'm keeping that. So that's most of it for this week. I really don't want to keep these videos too long, but being a new year, I'm starting this as a new process. You should be doing a list of achievements for 2017, and depending on your company and your style and your size, you may want to put that into an annual report. You may want to put that into PowerPoint, put it into something that makes sense for you. But make sure that you, in order to keep your momentum going and to really move into 2018 with a positive attitude, that you look back and write down your accomplishments for 2017. At this point, I want to give yourself a pat on the back for taking the effort to work on your strategic plan. It really is the best thing you can do for your business and for your time and management and your sanity. And this week, like I said, we're going to look at our accomplishments from last year, make sure our lessons learned are documented, and get that calendar and the strategic plan steps documented for yourself. I think that's enough homework for 1 week, and I hope that you will join me next week as we continue to get hooked on strategy.